Durrow, Mary, I'm only speaking once today.
Thank God for that.
Madam President, General Secretary in Congress, Paul Soney, Southern Region, moving motion number 293, slavery in modern times. We are concerned that in this modern age that slavery still exists in various forms. While we are slaves to our work, at least we can go home to our families and friends, have a roof over our heads, able to provide food on the table, have clothing and the use of modern technology and so on. But there are others who don't have any of this. They don't have no rights, no family, often work long hours and face abuse. Some people think it's just GMB jumping on the bandwagon, where slavery has been highlighted in the past year. GMB as a union still has a role to play in these modern times in highlighting this issue. By making our members more aware of the signs to look out for if they suspect someone is being used as a slave and what action to take. We have members who, because of the job they do, both on the front line in both in the public and private sectors, they can play a vital role in spotting if something is not right, to make them believe that someone could be used as a slave in one form or another by their behaviour or the way someone else is treating them. We must send a clear message to all that we as a union condemn anyone who unfairly treats their employees and to treat them with the respect they deserve and to ensure they have a better quality of life like most of us have here. We urge this Congress to join Anti-Slavery International to look at ways of educating our members to be more aware of their environment around them so they can spot the telltale signs if someone being mistreated as a slave and what to do. And to do a series of campaigns to highlight slavery that is still taking place not just around the world but in this country. We are in the 21st century, not in the dark ages. Please support this motion. I move.
You're always welcome to come up and speak, Paul. Seconder.
President Congress, Joyce Okoturo, Southern Region, seconded motion 293. The world suffers from poverty, global recession, climate change, terrorism and more. Well, at least we've eliminated slavery. Well, actually no, we haven't, because there are more slaves in these modern times than at any time in human history. Just think about that for a moment. More slaves nowadays than there ever was. Modern slavery, as it's known, has two chief characteristics. It's cheap, it's disposable. Today's slavery focuses on big profits and cheap lives. It's not about owning people like before, but about using them as disposable tools for making money. Slavery is everywhere. It flows into our homes, our offices, our schools, through many of the products that we buy. Many products are tainted by slavery, such as tomatoes, tuna, diamonds, sugar and gold. There are tens of millions of people trapped in various forms of slavery throughout the world today, generating billions of pounds every year in illicit profits for traffickers. Slave labour, including human trafficking, exists in every region in the world. They affect both international and domestic markets. No sector or industry can be considered immune or untainted by slavery. Key industries affected by slave labour include those working in farming, fishing, on building sites, or as domestic workers such as gardeners, maids, or dish and pot washers. The Modern Slavery Act became law earlier this year, which should give greater protection to victims and increase the maximum sentence for abusers to life in prison. But we all have a role to play in bringing slavery to an end, and we can do this by raising awareness internally and externally, and by campaigning that corporate policies are established to tackle forced labour and human trafficking. There was a time when slavery was legal and people considered it morally acceptable. The fight to build a global consensus that slavery is unjust and unneeded has been won, and now we need to finish the job by freeing those still trapped in bondage. I second this motion.
Well done. Well done.